Is it possible that there are certain times of the day that we can pray and be heard more than at other times of the day? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, the final day, day 5 of Tetzaveh, and you shall command. And we are again in Shemot, or Exodus, chapter 29, today beginning with verse 38. And this is what you prepare on the slaughter place: 2 lambs, a year old, daily, continually. Prepare the 1 lamb in the morning, the other lamb you prepare between the evenings. 1/10 of an ephah of flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of pressed oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine as a drink offering with the lamb. And prepare the other lamb between the evenings, and with it prepare the grain offering, the drink offering, as in the morning, for a sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. A continual ascending offering. This is an Olah offering for your generations at the door of the tent of appointment before Yahweh, where I will meet with you to speak with you. And there I shall meet with the children of Israel, and it shall be set apart by my esteem. And I shall be set apart, or I shall set apart the tent of appointment and the slaughter place, and Aaron's sons I set apart to serve as priests to me. And I shall dwell in the midst of the children of Israel, and shall be their Elohim. And then the final verse of the chapter says, and they shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim, who brought them up out of the land of Mitzrayim to dwell in their midst. I am Yahweh their Elohim. The goal, obviously, then, is that Yah wants to be rightly, properly identified as the one who has delivered them from their Mitzrite or Egyptian bondage, and who has brought them thus far into the wilderness. It will soon be, I am Yahweh your Elohim, who has brought you up out of the land of Mitzrayim and brought you to this land. So they haven't entered the land yet, but we're going to get there. Now, daily, the word here is Tamid. It means continual, ongoing. The idea is that Yah says in the morning, this would be at 9 a.m. in the morning, you are to present a lamb that is a year old and that is perfect to me on the altar. And then he allows us instructions for the meal, the oil, and the wine drink offerings that are to accompany the offering of this lamb. Now, it is an ascending offering, elevation offering, whole or burnt offering. It is the Olah, which is detailed for us in Leviticus chapter 1. We'll get to that in a few weeks. This takes place at 9 in the morning, and then it takes place again a second time in the afternoon between the evenings, it says. This would have been at 3 p.m. This took place every day, even on Shabbat, even in as a part of Yom Kippur with the other offerings, the Day of Atonement, all of the other feast days. Every day this took place, and it was to be nonstop. Now, in the book of Daniel, chapter number 11, and verse 31, it is referenced, as well as chapter 12 and verse 11. Actually, there are 3 verses, 12, 13, 11, 12, and 13 in chapter 8. I've gotten that straight. Talks about how that it would be taken away. Chapter 11 and 12 talks about when it will be taken away. So, Daniel is allowing us to know and to understand there is a time in our future where the temple will be established. The daily continual will continue, will be reinstituted, and then it will be that the prince who comes to destroy, we would call him the anti-Messiah, the pseudo-Messiah, will come, and with an army, he will force it to stop. We are not told how long it will continue once it is reinstituted. Why is there a threat? besides the obvious worldwide outcry that animal sacrifices are taking place in Israel again. It's almost as if there is a fear that the engine, the spiritual engine that enables Israel to run on all cylinders, to be all of the country and people that they are called to be, would finally begin to function, that the Levites will be doing their duties again on the Temple Mount. That means that there has been some deal worked out, perhaps, with the Islamic oversight of the Temple Mount, or else there has been a removal of Islamic sites there. Something's got to happen. And the theories as to how that's going to happen, it's years long in its list, I'm sure. But by some means, the Temple Mount is going to house and permit the next temple, and the sacrifices will start again, and then they will be stopped. The question again is, why? What is the threat? Well, we may have just read that. If we go over to the book of Numbers, Bamidbar chapter 28, it says here a fuller description of this particular offering. And it says that we are to present the same two lambs, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. But it says in chapter 28, verse 6, a continual ascending offering, which was offered at Mount Sinai for a sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. When did that happen? We read it about it a week or so ago in Shemot, or Exodus chapter 24, where Moshe has young men to go and present offerings, and he catches the blood. He reads the book of the scroll to the hearing of the people. He takes some of the blood, throws it out on the people and on the book, and he tells them, today you have become people of the covenant. And then the people respond with the famous phrase, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will hear. The daily offerings were to signify as a people that Yah had called out of Mitzrayim and out of their bondage, that the word that he had given to them and the covenant explained to them, that their response still must be, we will do and we will hear. Not we will hear and do, we will do and we will hear. That is, we will do what is required of us, and then we'll gain the understanding in the act of doing. We're not going to wait until we understand and then obey. How backwards we often have that. So, let's understand that Yah says that when this is taking place, I will meet you at the door of the tent of appointment. I will be in your midst, and you will acknowledge that you're my people, and that I'm your Elohim, and I will speak to you, and I will set you apart there. Could it be that the reason in the future, when the Daily Tamid or daily continual offerings are reinstituted, that there is going to become an awareness of who Yah's people are and who he is, and this powerful relationship based on covenant is going to come to a much greater level, even to the threat of the nations. We cannot allow this to happen. We cannot let those people get this much power. We cannot allow them to have this much affirmation. And it even will cause them to respond with an army to be sure that they put a stop to this. They will for a little while, and then it will be restored again. Shabbat Shalom. I mean it with all my heart. May Yah just richly bless you with his presence, with his favor, with his light, his life. May you hear joy at your Shabbat table. If you have opportunity to gather with those that you know, may it be meaningful, enriching, life-changing. For those who gather alone, May Yah encourage you and show you where you can find someone to gather with. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. We'll see you again next week.